Forget it. My darn intro is acting laggy as hell right now. I don't know what's going on. But this is Jay Lynn O. Okay, happy new year to everybody. And this will be our first weekly update for the year. All right. And as well, if people don't already know, I start the stream off with weekly updates, people. Hmm. All right. So, with the weekly updates, to start off with the comic books that are going to be released this week. And without further ado, we're going to dive into that. All right. So, this week we have Batman issue 141. We've got the Amazing Spider Man issue 41. We've got Venom issue 29. We have, well, that's kind of interesting. I'm going to click on this Venom 29 because I wonder if this is, let's see here. Eddie Brock's Tour de Force continues while chaos is reigned for Dylan Brock and the Venom symbiote. Eddie Brock continues to kick ass and take no prisoners, fighting like hell to get back to them. Eddie started as a King in Black and has gone on a transformative journey that has put Meridius' very existence into a state of uncertainty. But with Meridius' faith thrown into question, so is Eddie's, and his transformations aren't over. All right, so okay, so we just got a different Venom suit. That's kind of, it's still interesting. All right, as well, moving on, we have Poison Ivy issue 18 dropping. Let's see here. All right, just double checking right now. We have Fantastic Four issue 15, Star Wars Darth Vader issue 42. We've got Shazam issue 7, Shazam versus Black Adam. We've got the Birds of Prey issue 5. We've got Doctor Strange issue 11, Fall of the House of X issue 1. We've got Captain America issue 5, Vengeance of the Moon Knight issue 1. We've got Blue Beetle issue 5. We've got The Walking Dead Deluxe issue 80, Marvel Zombies Black, White, and Blood issue 4. Who is this? Is this Abomination and Thor on the cover with the zombie? Let's see what's going on here. Few survivors remain. Who will make it out alive? 3 more sagas from the front lines of the zombie apocalypse, the final desperate remnants of humanity in a Marvel universe full of horror. Blade makes his last stand against evil in the stark, dangerous polar north. A lone Punisher faces down the Horde, and the decision that very well may be his last. And Shaun of the She-Devil battles the savage land in an onslaught that can only be described with 2 words: zombie dinosaurs. What more can we say? Don't miss out on the bloodiest installment yet. This intrigues me a lot. Looks like this is Abomination and the Hulk with the zombie virus. I believe it's the issue before this, or it might have been issue 2 that had Better A Bill that they introduced in the Marvel Zombies, and apparently with Better A Skill can't be turned into a zombie, so he's one of the few um, that yeah, that can be a part of this fight. I'm really intrigued to see if Blade is weak to that virus or not, or how the zombie virus is with the vampire virus. It's always a good question to have. I'm interested in it. I'll probably be reading that when it comes out tomorrow. I'm not going to cheat myself and look it up now, but yeah, that's Marvel Zombies issue 4. Doom, 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 doom. Come on, come on. Why is the back button working? Thank you. All right. So, okay, moving down, we've got Thanos issue number 2. We've got a Fire and Ice. Welcome to Smallville issue 5. Let me put the link in here too, in case anybody wants to hop in with the boys. Okay, Sam. Hey, Jay. Happy New Year. What up, Sam? I can still come on if you like. I definitely would enjoy your presence, Sam. I'm about to put the link in here in the box. For sure, Sam. I would like for you to join the stream. Here's the link right here. And anybody else that wants to hop in, you're more than welcome to come in. Because we got some topics to chop down away at. Yep, there goes the link, guys. I put it in there for you. All right, let's see here. Okay, they got Thanos issue 2. Looks like Thanos is versus the Incredible Hulk, but the Incredible Hulk's got long hair. That's interesting. Okay. Let's see here. We've got Fire and Ice. Welcome to Smallville. We have Conan the Barbarian issue 6. We've got Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. This a lot of great things about the. Hold on, let's get Sam in here. What up, Sam?
There we go. Hey, Jay. Hello.
I'm sorry.
Oh, a second here. Hang on. Can you hear me on there?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. How's it going?
I was going pretty good. You doing all right today?
Yeah, pretty solid, man. Pretty solid, man. Just getting through these comics that's being released this week, man. They've got right now I'm at the Miguel O'Hara Spider-Man 2099 issue 1 that's dropping. I've heard a lot of great things about it. And okay, I'm gonna click into this. It says here, O'Hara, it's got Beware the Zombie of 2099. So we've got another zombie story going on right now with Miguel.
Nice.
Okay,
that's pretty cool. You guys with Marvel's. That's a cool location there.
Yeah, okay, well, check this out. So Miguel O'Hara teams up with Blade 2099 as well to take on a new horrific threat to Nueva York. Introducing the Marvel Zombie of 2099. He lives, he strikes, and no spider can hold him. Will Spider-Man be able to stop the ever-evolving zombie infection before it takes a hold of his mother and the citizens of the Barrow? Yeah, Barrow. So yeah, this is you know what? I think I'm gonna get a hold of this. I'm gonna put this on my list. We're going. Yeah, I gotta text my buddy, and I gotta make sure. I gotta text my buddy Toxic.
Okay.
So yeah. Let me see here. So okay, let's see here. Let's go. Spider-Man 2099, which is good because I believe the Uncanny Spider-Man series had just finished, so I just picked up another. I just started collecting Spider-Man comics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. And then it all started from I did a debate between Peter Parker and Miles Morales. And it got a hold of me for a little bit. I was I obviously knew Peter was going to beat Miles because I mean Miles hasn't been as long as Peter as far as like how debates go. It normally experience normally beats everybody.
Right, definitely for sure.
Yeah. So but yeah, they're doing a lot of things with Spider-Man. It looks like they're including Blade in a lot more comics, which makes sense with the movie that's supposed to be coming out this year or next year.
What was the name of that movie again? I remember reading about it, but I forgot what movie was it gonna be called again.
I think it's just called Blade. The Blade movie is going to be coming out soon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought there was like a subtitle to it or something, but that's gonna be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited for that.
Okay, yeah. So far, I do not know the exact title of it. If that's what you're asking, I do not know.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's gonna be pretty cool though. Either way.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. We've got Doctor Strange issue 11 coming out. We've got the Fall of the House of X issue 1. I believe in this issue, what's this? Ah, God, Colossus gets a new like ability, and he gets a bit of a buff. So this might be the first appearance of Colossus's new ability or strength, which will be good for collectors. First appearances of powers and abilities are always good to have, especially when you're grading and selling comics, just for future reference.
Mhm. That's
Let's
pretty
see
good
here.
then.
Oh yeah. And then we've got the Captain America issue 5. We've got the Visions of the Moon Knight issue 1, Blue Beetle issue 5, The Walking Dead Deluxe issue 80. No, I went through these. So I gotta scroll down. That's I just did a Spider-Man. Okay, so this is where we're at. Star Wars: The High Republic, Shadows of Starlight issue 4, Sonic the Hedgehog issue
Let me see. Let's see.
68.
Cool.
We've got Gargoyles issue 11, Titans, Beast, World Tour, Atlantis. So right now in the DC Titan series, they this might be a damper for a lot of people, but this Titans comic series is to set them up in the comic book realm for the Titans to be more powerful than the actual Justice League. I don't know how they're going to go about as far as Kryptonians and Superman, but as of right now, that's the direction the storyline is going to go. Is the Titans surpassing the Justice League?
That's gonna be awesome.
Um, oh yeah. I'm excited for it. And then I guess anybody else out there that's watching this as well, or when you get opportunity to, please leave me a comment on how you guys feel about the Titans surpassing the Justice League. Do you feel like it should never happen, or do you like a bit of parody and of a storyline to kind of see what new direction they're going to go? Because maybe you're tired of seeing the Justice League characters, and maybe you want something new to happen. But okay. We got Gargoyles issue 11. We got Once Upon a Time at the End
Nice.
of the World issue 11. Scrolling. Love Everlasting issue 11. It's got IDW Publishing's The Hunger and the Dusk issue 5. We got the Silver Surfer Rebirth Legacy issue 5. You've got Nil Before Zod. I've been seeing a couple of promotions. General I don't know in particular if this is General Zod's first solo project.
Hmm. I
So,
think there might have
mm,
been something, if I'm remembering correctly, but I think it might have still been from like another like series involving Superman, so not exclusively solo on Zod. I think so.
exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah,
If I,
I'm
if
not
I remember
familiar if we
correctly.
ever got a solo Zod project before. So, it is intriguing, and not to mention this fandom shit could be growing. I'm not a fan of
Hmm.
Superman. Hate to hurt people's feelings, but I'm not. But one of my
That's
reasons
fair.
that one of the reasons why I don't like Superman is because I don't believe that they do any of his villains enough justice. I don't think too many times in Superman storylines we believe that his villains have a chance. And the one villain that actually I think they should promote against Superman is Zod.
Mhm.
So
Because he's almost kind of almost like a titan in a way, for what I've seen. He's almost kind of like a titan of a villain, and kind of an equal match for him at times.
exactly. I believe Superman's, I guess, buff over him is to the fact that, in comparison to the planet that they're from, Superman has been on Earth longer than he has, which means that he's been exposed to more sunlight to gather more strength. General Zod, as far as martial arts and fight tactics, is superior to Superman in fighting, but strength and endurance. So basically, if I believe General Zod, if he was around as much exposure to the sun as Superman, he would kick Superman's ass. But
Right.
we'll see. We'll see though.
That's gonna be pretty
Uh,
cool, though. I think for sure.
yeah, I think it'll be some good parody. It'll help Superman out. We've got
Nice
Superman.
reversal.
Yeah, exactly. We've got Superman 78, the Metal Curtain issue 3. We've got Kid Venom Origins issue 1. That's interesting. I wonder if Kid Venom's gonna possibly like have a crossover with Spider Boy. They've been promoting Spider Boy as well lately.
Oh, that'd be
Uh,
so cool.
oh yeah. We've got the oddly pedestrian life of Christopher Chaos issue 6 from Dark Horse. We've got Giant Robot Hellboy issue 3. I mean, honestly, he just reminds us of an Iron Giant, but I bet that series is pretty cool. We've got
Yeah.
Marvel Meow issue 1. I'm guessing that's probably Kitty. We got
Marvel
Image.
Meow.
Yeah. We got Marvel. We've got Marvel Comics Nights issue 4, Ghost Lore 7. We've got Batman Scooby Doo Mysteries issue 1, Ranger Academy 4, Beware of the Planet of the Apes issue 1. I'm gonna start scrolling, guys, because we're going into Independence, and I want to get to our topics tonight. I'm just gonna scroll slowly. So,
There we
okay,
go. Okay.
there we go. I'm gonna put this back up there. Put that down. All right, put my video up, and then okay, there we go. All right, man. So our topics are right for tonight's going to be the scary Mickey Mouse and how Disney I guess gaining awareness on Disney not having the rights to the black and white version of Mickey Mouse.
Hmm.
They only have the color version of him. Also, we've got the rumored Midnight Suns film set to be released in 2026. Another topic we're going to have is the list of the MCU character power rankings.
Hmm.
We've got Marvel Thunderbolts roster. We've got the big question: can the X-Men save the MCU? As far as film goes, we've got why couldn't Vegeta read Super Saiyan 3? We're gonna do that research, and then Ninja Turtle Masters of the Universe figurines had just been released, so we're gonna do a little quick review and check those out.
That's
Let's
cool.
see. Hell yeah. And then they got we and then also I want to want the audience to, I guess you and I, or if anybody else ends up joining us, what mashup what characters or group would you like to see mash up with TMNT in an anime? We've got an X-Men prequel series to be confirmed, and then we're gonna see how cool Deadpool Dogpool is. I
Dogpool.
think yeah, Dogpool. So he's set to be in Deadpool 3 as well, with the onslaught of characters for the Deadpool 3 film. But I think right now we're gonna dive into Mickey Mouse, and we're gonna figure out how this Mickey Mouse
What's
public
it here?
domain.
Okay, sorry about that.
All right, so this is a New York Times article. If you want to find out the source of credit where I'm getting my information from, I would say New York Times was a little bit of a credible source to get my information and use.
Hmm. I gotta say, that was like a pretty big story for 2024. Mickey Mouse being in the public domain, you know.
Yeah, exactly,
Around that.
That's why. Yeah, that's definitely why I wanted to touch on that.
Hmm.
So, and there's a list of other characters as well included in this article, so we can touch bases on
Oh, other
that.
characters. Wow. Wow, this is gonna be so crazy. It says think Winnie the Pooh wielding a sledgehammer. Yeah, they already did that, but that was not a good movie at all. That Winnie the Pooh movie.
It wasn't. I didn't watch it. I don't watch too many horror films. Um,
Right.
but I mean, I'll say this to the most. People have been. You obviously could tell that people have been prepared for this moment to take advantage of of these properties losing copyright protection. When the trailer of the Mickey Mouse movie got released on IGN today.
Right.
So yeah, yeah. That property is already at war and already is up for business already. But I'm gonna go through this article real quick. Excuse me.
Okay. Yeah,
So okay,
it's
if you're
still
the
a bit coming for sure.
oh yeah, if you're the creative type and you're struggling to come up with your next idea, do not fear. Some big works, including the original version of Mickey Mouse, are entering the public domain on January the 1st in the United States. And if, on the other hand, you prefer your Disney characters to be cute, cuddly, and never changing, well, you might want to stop reading. In 2024, thousands of copyrighted works published in 1928 are entering the public domain after their 95-year term expires. This means that those characters and stories can be remade on the page, stage, or screen without permission. Finally, I can make that Peter Pan musical where a middle aged Peter laments unexplained back pains at the end of Act One. Ha. It's important for the preservation of our cultural record for meaningful access to older works for inspiring future creativity. Okay, this year's domain class. Of course, the New York. Okay, okay. Wilhelm two. Okay, Wilhelm two and so Tigger and Wilhelm the second will also be included. Tigger will also be liberated on January the 1st. Could soon be reunited with Winnie the Pooh. So they okay. So if they wanted to make a sequel and include Tigger
Oh,
for with that Winnie the Pooh horror film, it can happen now.
it's possible. It is right there, the horror film.
Mm,
They.
okay, that gets interesting. I'm gonna see what other
Hmm.
properties they have as well.
Let's see. Peter Pan. That could be a cool one. Like making like a more dramatic Peter Pan. I've always wanted something like that. That'd be a cool story to do for the public
Mm,
domain.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kind
look,
of that one
look.
song, Lost Boy.
We've already seen plenty of variations of Dracula. I believe Frankenstein's up next.
Oh yeah.
If it hasn't happened already. So
One
let's see.
second. Someone asked what the barking noise was. That's just my grandma's dog in the background. He gets angry whenever he's inside, but we can't let him out right now because it's dark outside.
It's all good. I don't mind. I don't mind hearing a dog bark.
Nah.
The dog, the dog is out. Let's just say that the dog is
Yeah.
out. All
Nah,
right. So
we
yeah.
just can't let him out late at night. Is all. He gets fussy.
So yeah. I guess Peter Pan is also included.
Hmm. It's weird because I used to the public domain, but I guess not. But maybe I guess they mean like Disney's version, depending on the
Mm,
circumstances. Because well, Disney still owns their Japan, but he's not. He's no longer like in the. He's no longer a character they exclusively own. You know, kind of like how Mickey Mouse is now. If
hmm.
that makes any sense.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Uh,
And so apparently music as well. So
wow.
some music will also be released to public domain.
And I kick it. Well, wasn't that the song used in the trailer for Mutant Mayhem? I think and Ninja Turtles.
That's a different one. That okay. So these are older films. So I believe these
Okay.
properties are released to public domain after 95 years.
Wow.
So yeah. Steal away. Gordon. Okay, maybe I'm trying to see if
They,
there's any list of any
they,
other properties.
it's so cool.
Okay, and if that still isn't enough to get you started, just wait. Over the next decade, freedom awaits
Oh.
all of these characters. Okay, so eventually we're going to get Popeye, Pluto, Donald Duck, King Kong,
Wow.
Superman, and within the next decade, yeah, Donald Duck, King Kong, Superman, Daffy Duck, Bilbo Baggins, Gandalf, and others from The Hobbit, James Bond, Batman, Captain Marvel.
Even Captain Marvel. She barely got a movie a few years ago, and she's already getting in the public domain, so anyone can do it now. That's awesome.
So okay, so now I look at it. The big question I got is now um is So will another network be able to create its own variant of these public domains now?
Hmm. I,
Because
I kind of
it's
guess so
like,
because it's gonna be everyone, right?
yeah.
Everyone
So I
pretty
mean,
much.
okay. So technically, are you meaning you do want to tell me that like Netflix, Marvel, if Marvel wanted to put Batman in a Superman film, they could, or vice versa.
Right.
Yeah, for its own storyline. So without having to ask for, I guess that permission. And well, hell, dude, I'm never going to get TM. Luckily, I'll be alive if I get the Ninja Turtles. They were created in 1984.
I'd say 4, right?
Yeah,
That,
1984. So like 95 years after that.
there was like you should do. What I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do is that, like, if you have an idea for a story involving these characters, what you should do is that put it in your will or your obituary and give it to your great grandkids and tell them to do it for you, man. You know, that'd
Yeah.
be
Oh yeah.
cool.
Yeah. That's actually how you should probably best to do
That,
it.
that, that's also the most possible way, but at least yours will hopefully be quicker. Hopefully, because was like some of the characters I want to use, like they're like from the stuff I grew up from the 2000s, so that's an even longer, or 2010s even.
Wow.
And like, God forbid any characters from this decade. That's gonna be. I'm definitely not gonna be alive by then. Hopefully, maybe, I
Yeah,
don't know.
I was about to say you got music videos that could happen. You've got people that can sample these songs. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye West ends up doing a sample with this. Not one bit. I could see it
That'd be
happening.
crazy.
Oh yeah. Let's
It'll
see.
be a funny idea though. Do
What?
you remember that song he did a few years ago called "Lift Yourself"? Do you remember that song?
Not verbatim, but but what do you mean? I mean, like
It's
elaborate.
basically like basically that song, it had sort of like an old timey, like steampunk sort of sounding to it, kind of fitting
Okay.
with the era of Mickey Mouse. So if Kanye does that, maybe he can like reference this whole public domain thing, and you can do like an animated music video where
Mm.
he's like an old cartoon character. That'd be
He's
kind
al-
of fitting with
he's
like his
he's
style,
always
right?
compared himself to Walt himself.
Yeah, exactly. So
So I can
that could be a
only
cool
this is
callback.
cliche at this point, but I still want to see it happen.
Maybe you have like a cartoon version, like an old timey black and white cartoon version of the bear from the Graduation album. That'd be so cool.
Oh yeah, I would love to see that. I know he's hold on, I'm getting a call.
That'd be pretty fitting, regardless. I think.
I mean, honestly, dude, it'll be perfect.
Right.
It'll be freaking
It's kind of
perfect.
crazy, like just how much of this stuff is getting like Batman after all these years made in the public domain. It's gonna be insane. Yeah, like I said, this definitely was a long time coming though, because like originally it wasn't gonna be 95 years. It was gonna be way shorter than that, like 50 years originally, from what I remember. But like the reason it happened was because like anytime it was close to Mickey Mouse being in the public domain, the higher ups of Disney, like I think like what was his name, Michael Eisner, the one executive everybody hated, he kept pressuring Congress into pushing the data up using power and money, So that's why
Mm.
it took so long, and that's why now it's 95 years. So, and like this, just deserve, because after they had a really terrible last 2 years with all their box office failures, and now Mickey Mouse is in the public domain right after their 100-year anniversary. So it's like now that's kind of like an L on their part, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, in a sense, they may have the rights to it, but yeah, exactly. Its exclusiveness definitely. Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
this whole character that basically kind of they kind of ruined the copyright system for trying to take care of this character, and now they technically don't own him anymore technically, so that's gonna be crazy. And so hopefully I'm hoping with this is that maybe that since Disney doesn't have as much power nowadays with all that's been happening, maybe they could do something with that and change the public domain where it's a little it's like a more reasonable time, like maybe like 30 to 40 years like it was originally was for a character to
I'm,
be in the public domain.
I mean, okay, with the treachery and the slyness of
Mm-hmm.
doing this contractually, with them having the colored version of Mickey Mouse. Um, do you think like to sustain power or their confidence in their product? Do you think we're going to get a different variation of Mickey Mouse out of this?
I think it's very possible for sure, but it kind of varies because they basically still own the colored version, so I think they'll kind of be fine regardless. But they might try to do something different with the character, maybe if that makes any sense.
Yeah, so I know they're going to be doing something because I believe it might have been last month or maybe 2 months ago that they had an announcement that Mickey and Minnie are officially broken up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they made an announcement of that. So I don't know what direction they're going to go with that, with them being broken up. I don't know if it's if it was for for pandering purposes.
Yeah.
So you kind of get the direction like I'm trying to say, like, okay, Mickey and Minnie are kind of broken up, so now we want to pander towards a bigger audience.
Pretty much, yeah. So,
So yeah, we want to
but
pander to the
maybe
bigger audience.
they can make like a new special out of that. Maybe kind of like a special about their relationship. That could be kind of an interesting idea. I don't know, or something like that.
With their core characters, with this public domain being out, do not be surprised if you get a any form of homosexuality out of any one of these characters.
Mhm.
I
That's pretty
wouldn't
funny
be
too.
surprised, and I mean it'll definitely like ring bells. It'll definitely get the headlines up, and it'll definitely draw in a crowd, if anything.
Mhm. It's kind of funny because like I say, it's sort of like a comeuppance for Disney because you know how Disney. What one of the main reasons they've been like in this deep so lately is because of a lot of their like misleading headlines. Like you know how they kept saying how was it the writer had like the first LGBT Wars character or something like that, but it was just like a 2 second thing, or like a like they said Onward had the first LGBT like Disney character, but that they kept lying about it basically. So it's like pander to both groups, so like that way they can appeal to people who want more characters like that in their films, but at the same time they wouldn't lose their money from China, right? So it's like this basically kind of come up for them. It's like now your most popular character, now we're gonna go in that direction for sure. Kind of let you know if you really so.
Hold on 1 second. I think your connection's catching up with you right now. See if we can get you in here in just a moment. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to fix up in a moment, Sam. Just give it a second. I can't hear you right now. If you can hear me, Sam, if you want, let me see what happens. Yeah, if you just hop right back in, Sam. Thank you. There we go.
Okay,
I got you back in there.
okay. That was like okay. That was on my end for a sec. My bad.
No problem. No problem. As you were saying, though.
Hmm. Nah, so it's kind of funny in that way because like I can't be because you know I'd be down for having like a story about Mickey like in general because he could literally be a character in anything, but it's kind of funny in a way. Like it's almost kind of like karma for them for constantly doing that the last couple of years. If that makes any sense, you know.
Mhm.
It's kind of funny in that regard, but then again, that was mostly the fault of Bob Iger and Bob Chapek. You know, they're the ones behind those headlines, from what I remember.
So, yeah. So it's okay. So at this current moment, I in society, maybe in the past 7 years, I'll at least hold the statement that I'm going to make with my opinion is that I wouldn't say the mouse has been the face of Disney for the past 10 years as to what we've been accustomed to.
Right.
I would almost say Marvel has been the face of Disney at this point. So to just if you know if people were not to be as connected with Mickey Mouse and Disney anymore, I wouldn't. Would it be that much of an uproar? I mean, I know we're talking about it and it's a topic, but do you feel like people will
Right.
do you think people would be outraged or uncomfortable to see Mickey with another
Mm,
studio?
not particularly, I don't think, because really the whole point is that it was supposed to intentionally be like that at one point, but you know it was thanks to like well, it was thanks to Michael Eisner and most of the other executives at Disney over the time. It was thanks to them that like Mickey didn't end up in the public domain sooner. So if it weren't for that, people would have been used to it. Because even if he was in the public domain, it would have been okay because he could have just been like Peter Pan, where you know which one is Disney. It's just that there's more stories with him. So you know, like if you're uncomfortable with that, then it's like if people are comfortable with Peter Pan being in different stories, then Mickey Mouse should be no different, right?
Yeah. Let me see here. Right now I'm looking up. IGN released a trailer for that new scary Mickey Mouse.
The new scary
I
Mickey
think it's a game.
Mouse.
No, it's a horror game.
Oh,
It's a horror game as well. I'm trying to see here because there's a bunch of false videos. Infestation is what I'm looking for. Okay, infestation. Infestation.
that's what always confused me.
Yeah.
There's like so many like fake videos I saw of it, so that kept confusing me every time I tried to look it up. Oh, it's yeah, it's like here.
Okay, so yeah, I'm about to go and use. So if I don't use IGN's actual video, infestation 88. Can I get a? Okay, so this one's with mild moon source. Let me double check. Okay,
Oh, I see what you mean.
one moment. And I'm just skipping this ad. Make sure we don't have too crazy of an intro. Okay. All right. Boom. We're gonna check out. This is the game, and then we're also gonna look at some of these, whether or not they're true or the real or fake videos. We can really see some creative adaptations that are on the way for Mickey Mouse. So one moment.
Okay. I was gonna say like, this is gonna be pretty cool actually seeing the game.
Yeah.
Is it right there? Oh, okay. A second here. Infestation 88. Okay, that's what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be good.
I haven't seen it.
जो भी आपने
Yeah,
देखा है
I'm
किसी
about to go to
tmnt का warfare में
IGN. Forget it. If I get a copyright, and look, we can at least watch it right now. We can at least watch it,
Yeah.
and then when I edit this afterwards, if they give me a copyright claim, I'll have to just get rid of it.
Essential to what I wanted
I'd rather
to
watch
make,
the real
and I
deal,
didn't
my
find
guy.
a platform that did.
Here we go.
That'd probably be better than the echo just edited it,
Hey
right?
there. Thanks for coming out.
Here
Got a
we
bit
go.
of an infestation
go.
here at the storage facility.
Yeah. I was saying you don't have to put it on full screen because like I maybe that will avoid copyright if you don't put it on full screen.
There's something else in here.
Oh, we just leave it if you want. That we can avoid copyright.
It's alright. I'll just get rid of it.
There's nests
If they
everywhere.
Oh, okay.
about to
Tried to take care of it ourselves, but things have
That's like a
escalated.
way to get around it. If I try to get around copyright.
Exterminators are our last hope. Please, help us before.
Okay, cool. What's the lead? Infestation 88. And there's the other one, Mouse. That's what it was.
Miss. Never in my life I thought I would think that I would run into something like this. Like,
Right.
you know, I mean, I'm like,
it's weird because like it's like every time like a character comes to the public domain, they want to do like a horror version of it, just for like the momentary laugh of it being canon. But like it's like it's so easy to do. It's like you can take any character and make him scary. It'll kind of be the same thing, you know.
I mean, but I mean, like, okay, so what, like again, within the next decade, we're possibly looking at King Kong, Superman, Batman, Popeye. I think seeing Popeye in the public domain will be interesting. The last Popeye that I saw, it was actually a good variant, was with Robin Williams back in the day.
there was also that canceled Sony movie by Gendy Tartakovsky. That one got leaked, and that's all. It was pretty good, actually.
Really? Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's a shame that they ended up canceling that one, and so Gendy could work on Hotel Transylvania 3, but that was kind of a shame,
Hmm.
because the Power movie looks really good.
Let's see here.
I,
This
I, I was gonna say like about this Mickey Mouse game though. I will say it does make more sense to put Mickey Mouse in a horror game because it kind of reminds me of like that video game based off the Suicide Mouse story. You know, like creepypasta, Suicide Mouse.
I'm not familiar with it.
It's basically just like a creepypasta about like an old Mickey Mouse cartoon that the sort of depicts Mickey like walking around crying, and there's like screaming in the background, and the buildings are moving like they usually would, but it's much creepier. And so there's like a video game about it called Happy Mouse, where it's like a horror game where you control the cartoon. It's like a 2D platformer. And this infestation game, for some reason, it kind of reminds me of that Mickey Mouse game. If that makes any sense. That's pretty cool, honestly.
Okay, okay. I didn't see what company that the infestation was with, but it's like I don't know. Is it? It looks survival based, maybe like some sort of like Left for
Mhm.
Dead kind of vibes. Did you ever? I never played it, but I did watch footage of the what was that Friday the 13th video game as well. They had something like that going
Friday the
on.
13th.
Hmm.
It kind of feels like a mix of like Resident Evil and I guess one of those like mascot horror games like Five Nights at Freddy's or Poppy's Playtime. I guess something like that. It's like you mix that with Resident Evil, right?
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, yeah. The way it look, it definitely looks multiplayer. I don't know if those are just cinematic scenes that we looked at from this trailer,
Right.
but yeah, no, I'm excited for it. All right, moving on. This isn't that recent of news, but I still wanted to highlight and talk about it. Hold on, let's see where I can put this
Hmm.
down. Please, please, please. Okay, hold on. All right, okay. Um, kind of moving forward with the MCU and the Midnight Suns being a
Oh.
possibility.
Was it?
Um,
This is a pretty cool one, the Midnight Suns.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I still want to get to like have a bit of light and excitement because this is still a possibility, and it is rumored to have a 2026 release. And this
It's 26.
and in the MCU, if you really think about it, they pretty much developed a lot of the characters that could be used in the Midnight Sun. So, Screen Rant came out with an article. Again, not all of this stuff is actually factual. It is rumored, but sometimes I like to have my head in the clouds about things.
Right.
All right, so here we go. Warning: this post contains spoilers for Werewolf by Night. Okay, the Midnight Suns movie in the Marvel Universe takes a few major steps forward thanks to Werewolf by Night, Marvel Studios, and Disney Plus. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, the biggest way the Werewolf by Night set up of the Midnight Suns is through the supernatural heroes it features. Werewolf by so this is about the Werewolf by Night film. So includes Jack Russell, Joe Garcia Bernal, Elsie and Man Thing. All three of these heroes have been part of some iteration of the Midnight Suns in the comics. Their immediate connection together in the MCU give Marvel Studios a basis for how the Supernatural Avengers team can form after Phase 4. The second way Werewolf by Night helps set up the Midnight Suns is through its horror tone. Okay, that's obvious. Midnight Suns movie on the because at the end of one of those movies, wasn't that is it the Black Knight sword? But they showed the Black Knight sword in one of the credit scenes in one of the Marvel films, and it had Marshala Ali's voice with Blade as well.
Was it the Eternals? I think
It might have been Eternals. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I think that was the one that showed the sword. It was either that or Doctor Strange, but it's been a while since I've seen Doctor Strange. Oh, sorry.
You're good. The future Midnight Suns team will need more members, though. It had no argument. Marshall is Blade's a vampire killer. Okay, if Blade, Elsa, Stealth, Man Thing, Werewolf by Night are viewed in the foundation of the Midnight Suns team, there are a handful of other characters who can join the fight. Doctor Strange, Wong are likely options to be on there. Okay, well, it seems to give up the fighting. Okay, while the Black Knight Kit Harrington could also appear. The MCU's Midnight Suns. You know what? They got Brother Voodoo Hills, Storm, Iron Fist. Go. Okay, so what I do know is they had rumored casting for Ghost Rider to make his appearance in this new phase of Marvel in the Blade film.
Right.
So I firmly, unless things have changed, that they were already going to move into the Midnight Suns direction. I'm about to see if there's any news as far if they have anything or any updates on the what was that, the Black Knight? Yeah, see if Marvel's doing anything with the Black Knight.
And I was gonna say, like I don't know that sounds part of the MCU, but Blade's gonna be part of it too, right? The MCU.
Excuse me.
I was gonna say they said that like a Blade's gonna be part of the MCU too. Is he gonna be in there?
Yeah.
This movie.
They've just been postponing this film from coming out because Marshala Ali and some others do not agree. They haven't agreed with the script, so they've been doing a lot of edits. So.
I guess kind of fair because like the last few MCU films like that was the kind of hit or miss, so they really got to try to perfect it. But I still got a lot of hope for the upcoming phase. You know, it's gonna be pretty good in the end. Got a whole lot of hope for sure. What's this? Oh, okay. It's gonna be pretty cool having Blade like in the MCU for sure because he's a pretty cool hero. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. I think the biggest thing is you got core fan base members that definitely want to see Blade, and at the same time, the people that are in charge of Disney has been doing a lot of pandering, and I honestly believe that some of these characters don't need any pandering. You haven't. Marvel has plenty of characters that you could diversify. Every project doesn't have to have that. For everything to be treated like a minority, for everything to necessarily be treated as if like a minority hasn't had its chance of a shine or any light being given to a character or a race or a sex. But
right.
Let's see here. So audiences may want the Midnight Suns movie or show even more after. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, they've developed some characters. It's also been rumored that that in the next Spider-Man movie that's coming out that they're working on, I think it's just gonna be called Spider-Man 4. Is that they're going to introduce the those Netflix characters that were in Hell's Kitchen.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I mean it's rumored. It's not necessarily like to be said as completely true here, but I'm gonna click into this and let's see. Just I guess just to kind of recap or get some fillers and just stimulate our brains on the possibility of getting the Midnight Suns. And right now I'm going to throw in and see if there's any updates. This updates is in May of this year. That's the most recent that I've seen so far for the Black Knight. Also from Screen Rants.
Whoa, this is pretty cool.
As well, here. So here, Black Knight can introduce the MCU's first truly unbeatable villain. Avengers have faced many unstoppable villains, but the Black Knight's Squire became the one threat they couldn't actually defeat. With Kit Harington's Dane Whitman now established in the MCU,
cool.
It won't be long until fans meet the full-fledged Black Knight in all his glory. However, one Black Knight villain, the Blood Wraith, could give the movies their first genuinely unstoppable force of evil, one that the Avengers couldn't topple. With the enchanted sword known as the Ebony Blade, an impressive set of battle armor, Whitman's fights both earthly and otherworldly threats as the Black Knight. Okay. So I'm not too familiar with the Black Knight to know, what time frame does this battles come in, what's a part of those. I guess as I'm scrolling down, they're gonna fill us in the 2000 Avengers Volume 3, Issue 37. Find some working.
Oh, he's a 2000s character.
Okay, okay,
Huh.
okay. Now in position of evidence.
Sees himself in there.
Okay, so there's a moment to where Ultron has possession of the Ebony Blade in the comics.
Oh, cool.
So we might only see a glimpse of the Black Knight. They might show us some. They might just show us the Black Knight so they can give us the Ebony Blade. That's what more than likely what we're going to get out of in the MCU. The Avengers are
That'd be pretty cool. Actually, can he's get sort of like another like a tool or like a big weapon, kind of like the Infinity Stones and Thanos' Gauntlet, right?
yeah,
Or like Captain America's shield.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, so probably in the next couple of films, we're probably seeing an introduction to talking about the Ebony Blade. You've got Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. You've got like you had said, you have Captain America's shield, Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, there's tons of weapons, but I mean, this stuff piques my interest. This is for the diehards. Let's see. Blood Wraith is
Definitely.
stopped from attacking the rest of the world by Scarlet. Okay, so Blood Wraith is stopped from attacking the rest of the world by Scarlet Witch, who creates an enchantment that confines Blood Wraith in the boundaries of Slorania. But the villain isn't beaten. Blood Wraith claims Slorania as his domain. I don't know if they're going to do a second Captain America and the Avengers League and such. I wonder if they're going to do a season 2 of Wanda.
For like WandaVision. I forgot about that show.
Yeah. So okay, so we could possibly see Blood Wraith make an appearance in Wanda, or I don't know. They could. Man, a lot of things could happen. I can't. Let's see here. The Avengers have gradually built up a proven track record.
That'd be really cool, honestly.
Thanos came to conquer Dr. Doom. Blood Wraith will not be among the Avengers' signature foes. So, okay, Blood Wraith will be. We got to see if we end up running into Blood Wraith in any of the upcoming MCU films. That'll be a determination
Definitely.
of us getting that. But piques my interest, and that. As far as I'm going to go right now, as far as the Midnight Suns that are rumored to be set to be released in 2026. Let's see here. I think the next topic, I'm gonna save the MCU power rankings for later on in the stream. We can look at the Marvel Thunderbolts roster. I believe that was revealed to us. Let's see.
The Thunderbolts is gonna be cool. Let me try this real quick. Hang
No
on.
problem. Oh wow. Okay, these aren't credible sources,
Wow.
but let's see here. They're not credible sources, but I'm still going to click them anyway. So just letting you guys know these are rumors. So okay, the most recent report is Stephen Young will no longer be casted. Hold on, let me see here. Let me bring him up. All right, here we go. Says here, okay, Stephen Yan, reportedly no longer part of the Marvel's Thunderbolts cast. Well, it looks like the cast of Thunderbolts has a bit of a void. Almost a year after he was initially reported to have joined the cast, Stephen Young is now reportedly backed out of the film. Well, he's not the only person that hasn't approved of some of the scripts and the direction that Marvel has gone with its film. So it is not looking like Christmas for the future of Marvel right now. The Hollywood Reporter,
They,
as you were saying.
well, I was gonna say like I still got trying to hold up hope, but it looks like there's definitely gonna be a lot more ups and downs for sure, more than I thought.
Mm. The Hollywood Reporter has not elaborated
Yeah.
on Young's reported exit, other than to say that the information comes from an unnamed source. Marvel had never officially confirmed that Young was set to be in. He wasn't set to be into the film, but I guess it's just for sure that he's not. Okay, the Sentry is a very interesting, incredible, powerful character in Marvel Universe. He is said to have the power. Okay, so so he was said to be Sentry. So maybe they'll cast somebody else.
Oh, okay. See.
But okay, is Sentry supposed to be Asian? Of Asian descent?
I don't know actually. I don't know too much about the Thunderbolts, but I heard that might be kind of like the case, kind of like with the Eternals. I think.
Okay, so here's
I'm
the
not
cast
sure
of
though.
Thunderbolts. Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova. Because Sebastian said so. It's gonna have Yelena Belova, Winter Soldier, Red Guardian, Valentino Allegra, De Fontaine, Thunderbolt Ross, Harrison played by Harrison Ford, Wyatt Russell, U.S. Agent. We have Ghost, Taskmaster, Lisa Gang. So maybe with this casting, they're eliminating the rumor of Sentry being in the film.
Could be actually, yeah.
Hmm.
Let's see. Like we kind of hit or miss, you know.
Yeah.
See, the Thunderbolts reportedly cast the Bear Star. Oh, that was written today. Okay, so this is like brand new
Mhm.
info.
Okay.
Let's see.
Hmm.
Check that real quick.
I guess for anybody who watches this, I mean if you're watching it now or especially if you're watching it tomorrow, do you guys want Bucky with the haircut or long haired Bucky? It's a real question.
I personally go for long hair Bucky.
Mhm.
Adds a lot of style to it, I think.
Indeed, indeed. I feel the same way. Hmm. Yeah. I think I guess it's. I don't think he's going to have as big of a part, but I'm really for the Thunderbolts. I'm just excited to see Thunderbolt Ross Harrison Ford's character. I
That'd be pretty
always
cool to
thought Red
see.
Hulk was. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. We'll move on from there. We'll do um okay, let's go with another. Let's see here. There's a rumor of a X-Men prequel movie will start off the MCU.
What is this right here?
Let me switch over. Okay, so I'm about to switch over into this article. So they're going to be doing I guess a comic line of a prequel series for X-Men.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh wait. I think I remember reading about this during like a Disney Plus hearing. Okay, actually, that sounds pretty cool.
so I mean we have the addition to the X-Men 97 that's supposed to be releasing sometime. Supposed to be this year. I don't know if they pushed it back again. The continuation of the series from the 90s of that X-Men animated series.
Yeah, because that's supposed to come out like last year, I think, right?
Yeah,
2023.
I guess. I mean, yeah.
I was wondering about that.
Because the X-Men 97 comic book is written by. Okay, it's a comic book that's going to go alongside the 97 animated series.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be pretty cool, actually.
Hopefully, it's a miniseries. Hopefully, it's a
Hmm.
miniseries.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, as of right now, I'm more excited for the if you haven't been paying attention, the Krakoan era right now, the rise and fall of X, and
Oh yeah.
what they got going on right now with that comic book series. I think that's the direction they're going with that. I would like to see that in an animation. I'm pretty sure they're going to insinuate it because I looked at the I guess last stream I revealed the title. They already have the titles of the episodes of the season that they're going to come out with. So they're throwing in a Cable, of course. So this isn't the animated series isn't going to be like a revamp. I wouldn't call it revamp, like them starting the story again. It's going to be a continuation from where they are with new characters.
Right.
So I'm excited for that.
This would be pretty fitting if it's a miniseries because it'll be like a whole miniseries kind of retelling the story of like the rise and fall, but hopefully from a new like perspective with it being a cartoon. That'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
They remember that the Christmas episode. I saw it on Disney Plus.
Nice. Yeah, I still have to check out the What If series.
I've seen a little bit of it, but there's a couple I haven't seen yet. But I was watching earlier that they had the trailer for season 2 recently.
Okay.
That's gonna be pretty cool too. I know the storyline with the Marvel zombies. That's what got me hooked personally. Like anything with the zombies, I liked.
I got you. 1 second, my screen's frozen right now. I don't know why. I'm having complications today.
It might be because of the new year. Like, was it my router's was working kind of weird too?
You said yours was?
They kind of readjust. A little bit because they're kind of just still kind of readjusting.
Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, now we're getting back to it now.
Yeah,
all right, so now let's see. I'm gonna see here if we got other topics. Well, actually, I guess I can address the question with you. Do you think with the when the MCU introduces the X-Men, do you think it'll be like a bit of a revamping of Marvel? Because for some people kind of feel as though that Marvel's on a decline in the MCU.
Right.
Do you think the X-Men could revamp them?
I definitely think so because I personally kind of enjoyed a lot of the new MCU ones. I definitely think like the X-Men ones are a lot better. Like I really like the Wolverine movies, the Days of Future Past, Dark Phoenix, and because they were all just really interesting stories involving the characters sort of like individually, but also connecting them.
Yeah.
So if they revitalize it to fit in the MCU, that can be kind of interesting. Seeing how some of the other Marvel characters can kind of tie into that in some way, like maybe seeing how Shield can kind of tie in with that, or like Thor, or just anyone else, kind of in some way, kind of like a new reimagining of the story in a sense.
I think
that'd be a cool idea.
X-Men definitely has its popularity. How they go about its characters, Disney, when it comes to MCU or anything involving superheroes, I think they're going to have to make a decision. Are they going to make this for the masses, or are they going to make this for the fans? So it's been a while. Like they give us lately they've been giving the bits and pieces of fandomship and Easter eggs throughout the film, but there's like a huge fear of trying to follow the comic strip, the story of the story. Like I don't know if it's the studio that's making this decision, or if it's the individual director trying to make their own rendition of a story that's already exists. But if they can stick to the core, I think X-Men have an opportunity to revamp the MCU.
I think so. That'd be kind of good, and I don't necessarily mind them like trying to do something like a little different, as long as like they don't stray too far away from it. Because I think it's possible to make it kind of work for the masses, because In a way, the original X-Men movies were kind of like for the masses if you think about it, because I know some casual fans who really liked it regardless. And so I think it's possible to do it. They just gotta make sure that they don't like stray too far away to the point where you're watching like completely different characters, you know. But at the same time, like even if they do kind of stray away, I'm sure they could make this like different with it, where you can still kind of respect it as its own thing. Okay, was it like? I guess I kind of compare it to like that one X-Men cartoon from the 2000s, Evolution, I think it was.
Mm.
Was like that one definitely felt different, but at the same time, it was still pretty beloved, you know, and not just by people who grew up with it, but some older fans who prefer the original show. They still said they thought it was a good show, you know, X-Men Evolution.
That's actually that's kind of how I felt about Evolution. I mean, you had more of the academy feel, of being a
Right.
teenager more so than like I guess the other series of the politics and the stuff that's going on outside of the school. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, academy was definitely more acceptable. Um, I don't think that any one of these films will have no sales, but I have noticed through box
Hmm.
office that there has been a decline. And it's like it's almost it's very close to a trickling down effect of people not going to the theaters that much, period as it is, and then
Right.
people not enjoying the content that you're altering as well at the same time.
Hmm.
So, it's this I guess the narrative that's going on, people have a lot of people have made the choice to decline from supporting what they're viewing now. I don't there's less, my opinion is there's less people that's going to just watch it anyway anymore.
Hmm.
But
Right.
I guess we can see. I mean, if they when they do introduce the X-Men, I'll at least give it an opportunity. I'm not just going to like cancel it or anything like that. So
and
I'm definitely a nerd at heart.
that's definitely a good point too about the whole thing about being like a consistent quality. Because even if there was like a bit of a decline, I think critically most people agree that the X Men films have been pretty consistently really great. You know, so they'll definitely like be good on both sides for sure.
Mhm.
It's kind of funny. That's actually the reason why like Pixar's kind of been failing a lot because like their last few movies really haven't been that good or as appealing to many.
Mm.
So it's kind of like a double edged sword for them, you know, because like the reason a lot of people liked Pixar was because you can almost guarantee quality like almost every time. It, it's kind of like how back in the 2010s, you know, they had like two crappy movies at once, you know, Cars 2 and Brave,
Mm.
but people still gave them a chance because Toy Story 3 came out before that and was such a high caliber they were able to kind of get away with it, you know.
And then a lot of developers went on strike. So I don't know. So
Right.
I don't know how that balance goes with as far as how many employees do you hire to do the animations and to do all the designs of these
Mhm.
characters. I've in my childhood, or like when I was those younger films, some of those films actually took a long time to develop and create, whereas now animated films can almost get done in 6 months,
Mhm.
6 to 8 months, and then after that,
And that's not because it's definitely it's like a outsourcing and also kind of like in house with like the more like all the tools at their disposal. So I guess that's the reason why because even if they did go on strike, they can't completely go away. Thankfully, so for as bad as things look right now, it looks like people will still be able to be working in the industry. Hopefully,
mm, I can see that.
but at the same time, we really just gotta hope for the best. Like and just really hope that like the strikes won't affect Marvel, Pixar, or any of these other studios like too heavily because it already has an effect. But, you know, as long as these movies are a success, it's definitely bounce back.
Because I mean, of course, I mean that's one of the reasons why some of the developers that went on strike for more pay, and it's like, all right, so is there if I'm not mistaken, there's hundreds of people that work on a project, and so but if you're like
Mhm.
a $1 billion company with like and there's and all these different projects are working simultaneously, like I guess like what you literally would probably have a thousand or more employees you would have to hire so that all
Mhm.
of these films could be released? Or do you think, uh,
Right.
or are all these animators and developers are they being exhausted and have to do all this stuff themselves?
Mhm. Exactly, and it's like I do kind of understand both perspectives. Like, I get that sometimes it can be kind of tricky because even if these companies do have a lot of money, they gotta kind of be precise with what they do. They can't just spend it willy nilly. But at the same time, it's possible for them to kind of meet in the middle. You know, it the way I see this is like, from what I heard, like some people told me that like if you're an executive, you got at the same time you got to put yourself in their shoes sometimes because it is possible to adhere their will, but at the same time, if you do it that quickly, they might think that you're kind of like kind of bending over backwards in a way. So you got to be in the middle. But at the same time, if you just pay them fairly from the start, you wouldn't have to worry about a strike to begin with. So it's like if they ask for a raise, just don't argue with them if it's not that much, you know, because it was like a small percent of raise, you know.
I mean,
that's the reason why Disney was failing.
It's at that moment. It's like kind of like I guess I would compare it to how sports is in particular the NBA between the players and owners agreements and the association. I believe originally I think it was at like a 70-30 split, and I think now the NBA is looking at a 60-40 split, and with that 60-40 split of profits for the between ownership and players, that's when we find that we starting to see like NBA players make like $300 million, having $300 million contracts. So, so I mean, the writers' union is, the association to defend and to make sure those contracts happen, and that's why we ended up getting the strike that we had. And do you think that this will Do you think this will progress to higher wager earnings from the developers, or do you think that these companies will employ more people instead for a lower price? I think that's the question I wanted to ask you.
I definitely think it's gonna be sort of like I guess kind of half and half, if that makes any sense. Where it kind of varies depending on company for company. Was it like because really like the whole thing about the strike is that it really wouldn't have been that bad. It's just that Hollywood was kind of already floundering a little bit before it happened. You know what I mean? But that was mostly just because of the fact that like a lot of these companies, they kind of did that strategy of releasing it to streaming, but they didn't really think that like some people might end up not going to the theater at all if it's going to be on streaming. It's like they can't put their eggs in one basket kind of too quickly, which was already kind of bad, but they still could have bounced back had they you had to take some time to recover from that and get money from the streaming. But what kind of ruined it was the fact that like so many movies were canceled thanks to what happened at Warner Bros. With David Zaslav, right? Like was because it was already pretty bad, but then what he did was colossally reckless, and it made a bad situation even worse. It's like it's basically kind of just like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound, except then you shoot 4 more bullets into the body. That's basically how it too. Like it's like you fixed one problem for yourself basically, but you made it worse for the rest of Hollywood because they were already struggling and it just got worse and worse, And not to mention Zaslav was like the last person to actually give money to the strike because he instead of being silent like the other executives did, which would have been a better decision. Like don't say anything at all until you make a decision. He literally went and said that we're gonna win. The executives who have all the money, we're gonna win. But then within a few months, all the other companies caved in, and so now he just kind of looks like that kind of just looks like a douche,
Yeah, I mean,
right? Like he acted all cocky and like high and mighty,
he can
right?
still have his stand. He still can have his empire.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, greed is going to always keep the executives in power. Those are the people that are writing the checks. Those are the people who have the rights to it. Now, until there's a day to where a group of individuals decide to create their own product and create their own jobs for other people instead of allowing the executives and owners to validate their lives and their income, maybe you could see change that way.
Definitely.
It's almost like the executives don't have any fear of this happening. It almost would be equivalent to the best players in the NBA deciding to go to another association to play a sport just to prove a point.
Right.
So, I don't.
Because I mean, like, there's something. I don't think there's anything wrong with like an executive like having like an empire or anything. I'm personally kind of cool with that. You know, it's like I'm not necessarily like pro or anti corporate or anything like that, but I do think it's possible to meet in the middle. It's like just because you have all this money doesn't mean that you can't meet in the middle and be fair to your workers. You know, it's like do you want? It's like, what would you rather do? Would you rather die having a lot of money but be remembered as a horrible, greedy person, or have your cake and eat it too, where you could die as a person who had a lot of money, but was still seen as a fair, reasonable man and a good boss. You know, it's like if you have that much power, you know, use it for good, right? Use it for your advantage.
I mean, that's what you would think. But let's just be honest. When it comes to the corporate world and business, you gotta be aggressive. Of course you have to be strategic too. But you know, you gotta be selfish. You gotta be prepared to win. So
definitely. It's like you definitely gotta take some and win some, but at the same time, just don't be like David Zaslav, because even the other executives agreed that what he did wasn't smart. It was just stupid and reckless. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was one of the people on Shark Tank. Like they said that they would never work with Zaslav because they said that was a horrible idea that he fired that many people at once. You know what I mean?
Hold on 1 second. I'm about to throw.
Oh, cool. Someone else came in.
I got a buddy trying to get in. And then I'm also going to put the link in my Discord as well, Bundle. Okay, but to be Sam, to be all the way honest with you, how I feel about how everybody like wanted to like disassociate themselves with him making that statement. They were in the same freaking room trying to hold their guns, and they didn't want to because they didn't like how other people were perceiving them. And to me, that was almost. I mean, there is some sympathy that I would have for those writers, but if I'm on the opposing side, I don't want any of the executives to bend when we're not bending as a group. Because now you
Right.
other people think of you more than you wanting to profit for yourself. Because I'm a firm believer that if you were to take any one of those developers and any one of those actors, a part of the writers union, and you put them in the executive situation, not all of them are going to be dropping money and try to get everybody else as rich as them. I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty good too. Actually, I think it's a pretty good stance for sure. Oh, 1 second here. Hang on. That because it's like I said, like even if it's possible to meet the middle at the same time, that is definitely something to keep into account for sure. Can't let everybody get into it, right?
That's how I look at it. I mean, you put yourself in a situation to have this power, to hire these people, to build your own corporation. You put in all this work, and just because a couple of people are complaining about how much money that they have off of money that they signed up for originally, they didn't say they didn't want to work for your company because of the pay. They said they were willing to work for your company for the wages that they originally signed up for. Now they want more money.
Right.
You
and that's the reason why. The reason why I'm not necessarily like pro or anti corporation, because at the same time, there's definitely problems on both sides for sure. Like because it's never, for the most part, for sure, because you have to count like problems on both the employee and the employer for sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I kind of wanted to like bounce in between, people's sides and opinions. I normally pick a side, but in this particular situation, much like you, it's hard to. It's hard to.
It can be tricky, right?
Yeah, it can get just like you had said. It can get very gray in those moments. So yeah, that's a good topic here. All right, let's see here. X-Men 70, we did the Thunderbirds roster. You know what? Let's find out how cool Dog Pool is. I wouldn't mind.
A dog pool?
Yeah.
That's gonna be kind of cool. Because I heard a little bit about him, but I don't really know much about Dog Pool aside from some pictures I saw of him. Let's see.
I don't know.
I'm gonna grab a water real quick. I'll be right back. Was it? I don't really know about him. Thanks to my cousin. She drew like a picture of him one time, but I never knew much about him aside from that. It's gonna be kind of crazy though. I'm gonna grab some to drink. I'll be right back.
I'll go ahead. I'll wait out for you.
Give me a second here.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. There'll be a second here. Let's see. Oh, here we go.
Down. Waiting for the woman to get back. About to get into the boy dog pool.
Okay, I'm back here.
All right. About to check out a little bit of who dog pool is. Let's get this thing.
Okay.
On an alternate Earth in the Marvel Universe, Dogpool began as a dog named Wilson. Wilson found himself in the possession of the scientist Dr. Braun and his assistant. Dr. Braun was working for the Mascara X project, trying to develop a process to give eternal youth. Wilson was used as their test subject and put through experimental testing. The testing seemed to be a failure, and Wilson was left dying. Wilson was discarded in the trash to die. However, the experiments had given Wilson a regenerative healing factor. So after a brief time in the trash can, his healing factor kicked in and he tore his way out of the trash bag.
He's gonna steal the
Testing
show of the
had
movie
disfigured Wilson,
already, man.
so he was shunned and run off by everyone he came across. Feeling there was no place left for him in this world,
That's pretty cool, actually.
Wilson purposely ran into oncoming traffic, attempting to kill himself. Wilson, being hit by a car, was observed by two circus performers.
Just like
They
Deadpool.
took Wilson
wow.
in and took him back to the circus. He quickly became the main attraction of the circus and was nicknamed Deadpool. Because of his healing factor, they were able to subject him to deadly circus acts. Word began to spread of the dog that couldn't die. After hearing about him, Dr. Braun's assistant took Braun to the circus and pointed out the fact that Deadpool was in fact the dog they had experimented on. After the show was over, Braun and his assistant attempted to recapture Dogpool.
Is that the
but he
Watcher?
attacked them and chased them off.
Looks just like him.
Dr. Braun then went back to their facility and repeated the process.
Why
on
does he
another
now
dog,
look like
which they
Logan?
named
Like a
Wolverine.
Logan dog.
They then returned to the circus
And that's
sent
what it-
Wolverine
It's
to kill
Wolverine and
Dogpool.
Dogpool.
Dogpool tricked Wolverine into the circus
Wow.
cannon and then signaled the cannon firer to fire.
Wow.
At that point, the Marvel main
This looks like
universe
something from
616
Spider-Ham
Deadpool
comics.
showed
This
up.
is the part of
Darker
He
than
took
616.
Dogpool with him to be a member of
Right.
the Deadpool Corps that he was gathering to stop the cosmic entity awareness. Well, that's the origin of Dogpool.
So that's
As
what it
always,
is. Okay.
I appreciate you taking the time out of your
Okay,
busy
so they
day
already
to stop by the channel
beyond
and
all
check
that
out these
X-Men stuff
videos.
I've seen. I'm more
Please
excited to see
like, share, and subscribe.
Deadpool course
We'll see you again real soon.
than anything.
I'm out. Peace.
Definitely for sure. I keep forgetting he's related to the X-Men Deadpool, but that's kind of crazy that they had like this whole Dogpool story.
Mhm. I'd be interested in
So, like-
seeing that.
It's funny because like having Dogpool and like a Wolverine dog that almost kind of sounds like one of the puns from like the Spider-Ham comics. You ever seen those Spider-Ham?
I don't know much about Spider-Man. I just remember seeing him in the Miles Morales films, Spider-Verse films.
It's kind of funny because like the whole thing with Spider-Ham is that he is kind of like a joke character because it was like it's technically part of the unit of the Marvel of the Spider-Verse technically, but it was originally just like a kid-friendly comic that Marvel made for like little kids.
Mhm.
But it has other characters in there like they have other characters like Captain America, but a cat, and the King Pig, who's like Kingpin but he's a pig, or the Goose Rider, like it's literally
Goose
like that
Rider?
version.
Hold on, no way. Hold on.
No, right?
You did not say Goose Rider. Hold
That
on.
was like probably like the most stretched out one they ever did because like the other ones were like kind of obvious puns, but Goose
They
Rider
don't want that
they really
comic.
want to put him on
Goose
there.
Rider.
Was it? I think he appeared in like sometime in the 5th one. I think I can't remember.
Wow.
See Goose Rider.
Excuse me. This is serious. This might be the coolest thing I found out today. I'm not gonna lie.
Goose Rider.
Goose Rider.
I don't know if he ever appeared in there, but I like to imagine there's like a Spider-Ham comic where like Dogpool does appear and he's just as vulgar as ever. That'd be crazy.
That'd be perfect.
This. Yeah, because like there I got Goose right here, and he still looks pretty violent, even though he's kind of like a goofy.
Yeah, he actually looks cool. Like I'm
character.
getting like a Mighty Duck from Disney kind of vibe, like from back in the day. Looking at him, that's pretty BA. I'm not gonna lie.
It kind of reminds me of that one scene from the Looney Tunes show where they managed to make Daffy look intimidating, where he's like a wizard, and even though he's still like a goofy looking duck, he still looks really intimidating, right?
Yeah,
that's surprisingly. Or like whenever they drew like some of those old comics with Donald Duck where they made him look really angry and he actually looked scary and mean.
That's pretty.
Look at that.
So
what Sid says.
I'm gonna look up and see if there is Dogpool and Spider Pig.
That could be it.
But I think he's meant to be part of someone's violence. They may not.
Right.
It may not include.
This is kind of crazy to me, though.
No, they just got individual pictures of him.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever hear about the backstory about Spider-Ham though? That he was like a spider who was bitten by like a mind-controlled pig, and that's why he turned into a pig.
What?
That's like the weirdest part. Is like it's like a scientist lady who's trying
to mind control pig. Hold on, let's go.
I know, right?
I'll do it.
That's just so weird.
I'll do it.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but like she did an experiment on herself, and it caused her to go crazy, and so she like had a reaction which caused her to bite a spider on the wall, and that's how Peter Porker was made.
Peter Porker.
That was his name, Peter Porker. It wouldn't make much sense to have him be a human turns to a pig, so he's just another spider because it's an animal world, you know. Who else was on that list actually?
I'll see. Okay, they've got his origin in a short. That way, we don't have to.
Oh yeah, I forgot the short.
Yeah, I rather we can watch it as a short.
There we go. There was it. I remember this one, yeah.
Spider-Man's coming. Here we go.
You probably know Spider-Ham from Into the Spider-Verse, but his comic book origin story is crazy. He started out as a spider living inside of May Porker's house. In this universe, May Porker is a super genius who has created the world's first atomic-powered hairdryer. She talks to Peter, her arachnid friend, as she turns on the machine and gets zapped. For some reason, this causes her to bite Peter, and the resulting radioactive energy changes him into a pig. A confused Peter goes outside to get some fresh air and finds he still has his spider powers and now has the proportionate strength and agility of a spider. He goes back to check on May, and the zap must have done something to her brain as she calls Peter her nephew. Peter just goes along with this, thinking that the shock of the real story would kill her. He then creates web shooters in a costume and goes out to fight villains like Dr. Doom and the Hobgobbler alongside other superheroes like Captain America and Goose Rider. You probably know Spider-Ham from Into the Spider-Verse, but his comic book origin...
That's pretty cool.
It was the funniest part is that like is the fact that like they literally joke about how if she found the truth that would kill her. So it's like even the people who made this comic they kind of knew this is kind of stupid, but we're just gonna go with it, right?
I mean, you might as well go all out, man, when you're doing that. But I mean, at the same time,
awesome.
it's funny, but I would like to see a documentary and see how much Howard the Duck was an influence to Spider Pig variation.
Oh, definitely.
In a sense, I mean, like Howard the Duck, like, you know, they had a whole planet full of like everybody in society, and everybody was like ducks. So it looks like
it's kind of like it's just like Spider-Ham, where it's kind of like a silly idea, except unlike Spider-Ham was just like a spin-off. Howard the Duck was part of the actual Marvel universe, you know?
Yeah,
That's even crazier. Was it? You ever seen like Ultimate Spider-Man? They had Howard the Duck on there, but they literally drew him like Donald Duck because that was a Disney XD show.
Mm.
There was he was voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson of all people. That was like so hilarious, you know. You know Kevin Michael Richardson? It's like he's like the voice of Cleveland Jr. of all people.
I didn't know. I didn't know. Like, no, I didn't know the actor's name that played. I'm about to look at him now. He said Kevin Michael Richardson.
Yeah, so like in Ultimate Spider-Man, he also played like Howard the Duck, which was so funny because like I can recognize his voice like at any time he's on.
He also played the Black Doctor on Simpsons. Hold on.
He also played Shredder from the 2012 Ninja Turtle show. Believe it or not.
Hold on 1 second. I got a phone call.
Oh, okay. Here you
go. I'm streaming right now. I'll probably be on for probably a solid like 20 or 30 minutes before I'm.
Ooh, there we go.
Okay. I mean that's cool. I mean they can. I mean, you know. I'm gonna do what I can to do it. All right, bro.
There we go.
Yep, there we go. So yeah,
that was pretty crazy to see though.
Yes, Kevin Michael Richardson. He played a lot of characters.
They said he had like over 200, I think, and that's not even really counting like small characters. I think like one-off characters. He voiced Shredder from the 2012 Ninja Turtle show, but that's kind of funny to me because the Cleveland show was still airing during that time, so he was still doing Cleveland Jr.'s voice in between all that. You know what I mean?
I mean, like,
this is crazy to me.
Lilo and Stitch, Super Mario Brothers, Uncle Grandpa, Gravity Falls, Family Guy, Hail, King Julian, Boss Baby, Batman, Boondocks. I mean, now that you mention it, his voice is definitely recognizable now when you said those characters.
It's funny though, because like Shredder and Cleveland Jr. are obviously like very different.
He played the voice of Goro in the original Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that was him on there. That was crazy, and I think he voiced him in the cartoon too back in the 90s. I think he did. That's crazy. He's one of those actors that I love to get because he's just so cool. He even voiced Lester on the Cleveland show. So he can do a pretty good hillbilly voice the way he does it. Yeah, but he also played Howard the Duck of all characters, so that was crazy to see.
That's crazy that he would play Howard the Duck of all people, though.
But it's kind of fitting though. But the funny thing about that one is that the voice he did for him kind of sounds like Lester from Cleveland show almost. So that's just pretty crazy. Let's see. I think he was in the 2007 Ninja Turtles movie. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. And FS for he was in FS for Family. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was a cool show. Oh, 1 second here. Wow. Yeah, but if they do ever make like a Spider-Ham TV show, because I heard they consider doing that. Wouldn't that be cool if like maybe Howard the Duck was like a recurring character and they had Kevin Michael Richardson play him? That'd be so cool.
I mean, if they put like multiple realities or like you're able to jump in between verses, they have to just throw in the Duck verse.
Definitely. Maybe that could be like a timeline thing or like a story arc. Like the joke is that they take it seriously even though it's serious. You know, like Moon Girl's doing like a story arc right now where she goes to the moon. I think Moon Girl show.
Big fan of Moon Girl.
It's a pretty cool show. And like, wouldn't that be funny? Like they do something like that, except with like the Spider-Ham characters and Howard the Dog. That'd be crazy. But the whole joke is that they take it seriously. So we're supposed to take like this pig and this dog like going on an adventure like seriously. That'd be funny.
All right. So our next segment we're going to get into is the TMNT just released their mashup with Masters of the Universe action figure line. The first wave of action figures. It's a mashup of He-Man, Masters of the Universe. TMNT.
Oh, these look really cool.
I think that they'll definitely be worth something. I don't think that they're mass producing these, so the less that are in circulation, the more valuable that they are.
Right? Oh, Donatello looks so cool with that stuff.
But I like how they it looks like these figurines are almost like it's original because the original He-Man figurines didn't have bendable knees. They just already came bent. They didn't have too many
Right?
posable poses that you could use. But hold on, looking at these elbows, looks like the arms can be movable.
That's pretty cool. Oh,
I
who's
think that's
that?
supposed to be Casey Jones. That's
Hey,
my guess.
really?
That's a guess. That's a big guess.
That'd be a funny idea.
Yeah. This
Seeing
is the first wave of figurines that they have.
Oh, that was Krang and Mouser. Look at that.
Maybe these are
pretty
compare. No, it's not comparisons. Yeah, it is. These are the comparisons of the characters of this.
Oh, okay. See what they're doing. That's a cool idea. I love that Leonardo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's Leo's comparison to the actual He-Man himself. So okay, not bad, not bad.
That's really
so.
cool.
I mean, I guess with this picture, these are the variations that we're going to get.
Yeah. These are pretty cool. No, they even got Ram Man. I forgot about him.
I will be pissed if Raphael is Ram Man. Not gonna lie to you, I do not want him to be. But I'll if I get a figurine from this set, I'll probably be getting Shredder and the Skeletor. That's the one I want.
Oh yeah,
that's the one I want.
I definitely want to get Donatello. Like he always my favorite, but also because like he looks really cool with the helmet and the staff. It's a nice little upgrade for him. It's pretty funny. There was like you ever seen that one like a College Humor short where like they make fun of like how Donatello got like a stick for a weapon? You ever seen that short?
No, I haven't. But they've I mean, even on the 2012 series, they kind of made fun of him for only having a stick.
But this was show that was like the first time where him having like a staff or a stick. That was the first time it looked really cool because like him spin it with the CGI 2D animation is like a pretty cool combo. And then the 2018 show, they went all in Rise. They went all out. They put like a hammer and a missile attached to his robotic bow staff. So he kind of proved himself for sure.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I never thought combat wise. I mean, with his ability to use technology and everything, and gadgets of such, I knew Donatello was a beast. It wasn't until the last Ronin that I thought Michelangelo was a tough character. And then that's when I did my research and found out that was the first Ninja Turtle that was drawn, and that's Kevin Eastman's favorite turtle as well. Is Michelangelo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep,
wow, that's pretty cool.
Yep, that's his favorite one. Because my favorite is Raph, and then it took me some time, but only as of recently that Donatello became my second favorite turtle from reading the IDW series. And Donatello's got a nice intricate storyline going on with the IDW series.
He's pretty cool. Like, I like these kind of storylines where it's like a character who like I guess kind of like the normal guy almost, but he still wants to kind of prove himself almost. It's where I don't know why, but like as a kid, I always got saw Donatello sort of like the normal guy in a way because like Leonardo, he's sort of the straight man as the leader, but then you have Mikey, the party animal, and Raph, the hothead. But Donatello, he's like the smart, kind of like the smart scientific guy, but that kind of makes him like the most normal character out of the four, I think, next to Leo.
You got four personalities that like people can easily attach themselves towards. You got again, like you had said, Raphael kind of being like the hothead of the group, Michelangelo kind of being the airhead or kind of like the free thinker, free flowing thinker. Donatello's in his brain and technology, and then you got Leonardo, whose leadership balances out all these qualities at the same time. So I agree, but I mean,
it's definitely what makes them all interesting characters for sure. Kind of how they can all be balanced out and how they all still work together as a team despite all the differences. But that's what makes an interesting superhero team for me. Definitely seeing them all bounce off each other like that.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so let me see here. All right, so to end this off, I'm gonna ask you this question first. I'm gonna ask the stream. If when you guys do get an opportunity to watch this stream, let me know what team up you would possibly like to see the Ninja Turtles have with another group of like heroes or storyline in an animated film. But I'm Sam. How about yours? What team up would you like to see the Ninja Turtles in?
Like with any kind of superhero team in
Any
general.
superhero team, any faction, anything else in pop culture or anything yeah.
So it's one of those things I never really thought about because it seems like they do crossovers with everything. Like they did a crossover with Street Fighter. My cousin told me about that. They did a Street Fighter one because he wants to get the toys of that one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But well, one I definitely like to see, and this one almost happened, and there's a possibility it might still happen because technically the show isn't canceled yet. But you know, Glitch Techs on Netflix.
No, I just started getting back on. I just started getting back on Netflix, dude. You said Glitch Tech?
Okay. Yeah, so that was like a show that was produced by Nickelodeon, but they decided to put it on Netflix after it kind of went through developmental hell, you know.
So you said
and basically
like
once it finally
text,
released,
like
it was
text message text.
Oh no, it's like a like technology TECH.
Oh, it's Glitch Tech. I got you.
Yeah, you might have seen it from like a Derek from Nicktoons. He posts about it sometimes on his channel.
Okay.
This looks pretty cool. He's a pretty good fan show. I think I like it because like there's 19 episodes out, but there was also going to be a season 3. But because the show kind of went through a lot of developmental hell, they ended up having to shut down production temporarily, but it wasn't officially canceled. So those 10 episodes are still out there, and all they have to do is just animate them is all. Because they're all storyboard and the script is finished, the lines are recorded, and everybody wants it. It's just that we kind of have to wait and see what's going to happen with it, you know?
I mean, dude, this could possibly happen. This is a Nickelodeon product.
And the thing is, like, there was an episode, but it had a title. It was called Teenage Mutant Ninja Glitch Techs, and the whole point is that it's going to feature the turtles. And for what I can tell, they were either going to do what Nickelodeon All Star Brawl did, where it was the '80s turtles, like the base turtles, or since it was the same animation studio, they were going to have the characters from Rise on there. But no one knows for sure which one they were going to do. And like my guess is that it likely was going to be the Rise guys because the creator of Glitch Techs also was going to make another show for Nick that they ended up scrapping, which would have been like a show about the Foot Clan, but they scrapped it in favor of Rise and the final season of Ninja Turtles 2012. You know, and also so that way, and plus by that point they already greenlit Glitch Tech, so that's why they didn't make the Foot Clan show. But one of the season 3 episodes would have been about the Techs going inside a Ninja Turtles arcade game, so it probably would have either been the old Turtles or like the Rise Turtles. That's my guess.
To be honest with you, by the way this animation look, it would only make sense for them to use the Rise variation.
Yeah,
and maybe I was just,
I was
just a little pissed, but I really hated the variation they had with the Batman TMNT anime.
I remember that one.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not the best match.
They were okay in that one, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't the variation that I wanted of the Turtles. That's just a personal preference.
Yeah. Another thing that it would have been better in the Glitch Techs one, but that's the thing is like it would make sense for Rise, but the whole concept of Glitch Techs is that it's about these kids who have to go like fight characters from video games because when they glitch out, the characters become real. Oh, and since they live and since there's a lot of references to the 1980s in the show, there's a whole episode where it's like a Five Nights at Freddy's parody, and they go to an arcade in the show all the time, so. It could be the 80s Turtle. Maybe it's like a reference to the old arcade game, you know, Turtles in Time.
I would be surprised if they do an episode of that.
And plus Nickelodeon, they've been using like the 80s Turtles a lot. Like, you know, like that's the version they use for the Nickelodeon All-Star game.
Okay, yeah.
So it's definitely a possibility, but I thought about it because like my little sister, she's a huge fan of Glitch Techs and Ninja Turtles. She loves all kinds of cartoons. And so we kind of been thinking like, what would that be like? And so we kind of wrote out our own versions for what for them mean the Turtles would be, and then them being the characters from Rise would be like, because that'd be crazy.
Nice. Okay, yeah. I mean, now like I gotta ask my young ones if they've ever watched Glitch Tech. Is Glitch Tech is it still on Netflix or did Paramount get a hold of Glitch Techs?
It's still on Netflix, but the creator Dan Milano recently said that at some point within the next few years this decade, the rights will go back to Paramount. So he said if that's the case, then that might be the show's chance to get season 3 made. So if that's the case,
Mm.
it'll probably be taken off Netflix and put on Paramount Plus instead, which I think will be a fair trade-off since Nick is still making content for Netflix, like that new Sandy Cheeks movie from SpongeBob.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
all right, bro. You guys are filling me in. I gotta jump in your server a little more.
I was gonna say, if he has Derek about it, he'll kind of tell you about it because he kind of keeps up with all the Nick and Nicktoon stuff, and I try to keep up with it too. But basically, like Nick and Netflix, they've been making some products together. That's where that new Invader Zim movie went, and the new Rocco movie a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, like, and the Glitch Tech's coming out was kind of unexpected because people thought the show was canceled because it went through such developmental hell. Like, because originally the characters were going to look completely different before they finally made this.
Okay.
I gotta say, like, the show finally releasing is definitely one of the highlights of 2020 because this is one of those pandemic shows. It's like one of the shows I watched during the pandemic just to keep my sanity. Honestly, because I watched it nonstop.
I mean, hey, I understand. Everybody had to keep their mental together during that time. So nice.
And we all did it in different ways. Was it like this is another show that came out on Nick the same year called It's Pony. It's like a goofy British comedy, but my friends kind of make fun of me because like they said I take the show too seriously, which they're not wrong, honestly. There were times where I took it seriously, but that's because I watched so much of it in 2020, so I have like so much connection with it just because of that alone. But if it came out literally any other time period, actually that probably wouldn't have happened that much. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Maybe that could be a discussion for another stream. Maybe we'll talk about stuff we did in the pandemic that will have like an impact on us, even if it's something small like that. That'd be kind of cool.
I'm down for it. I'm definitely down for it. Like to get more streams, more discussions off. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm trying to think, man. I asked that question and I didn't even think to myself what variation of turtles that I would like to see.
What was it like? I keep thinking about like which one should be in the Nick All Star game because like I keep wanting it to be the 2012 show because I love that show, but at the same time, if they ever put like different turtles from Nick in the Nick All Star game, it has to be Rise because those are more unique. You know that you have more special moves like the Mystic Powers, right? And those turtles were like very distinct from the show.
I can see that. I think. I wouldn't mind seeing the turtles with somebody from Dark Horse like Hellboy. Yeah.
Didn't they do that in like a comic at one point? I think like Hellboy meets Ninja Turtles.
I don't
Or
think
am I
so.
facing up something else?
Not the only time they were close was in the Injustice Mortal Kombat game. Hellboy and Ninja Turtles were in that game.
Oh, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah. Okay, that's what it was. Because they made unique cutscenes where the turtles talk with Hellboy. That was cool.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. Just for Dark Horse to have their hands on a product like that. I don't know if Nickelodeon will do it, and like I said, I don't know if I'll be holding enough. I'll be alive when the Ninja Turtles come into a public domain and I can get the turtles that I want.
Right, but then again, Nickelodeon did put their name on that Ninja Turtles Last Ronin game, so it's possible they're cool with mature turtles.
Yeah, that is.
And I was gonna say like, and now that Captain Marvel is gonna be entering the public domain, maybe she could be the next Injustice game because Injustice went from a DC fighting game to like a comic book All Stars basically with Hellboy, the Ninja Turtles, all that, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Like a comic book All Stars, that's a cool game.
I agree. I'm about to wrap this up, Sam.
Okay.
Appreciate you hopping in, man.
Anytime, man.
Message me in the Discord your channel link. So I'm gonna put you in this. I'm gonna put you in the description so you can get credit for being in here too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was it?
And
I'm going up. Look up real quick.
Yes. Direct message me your server link and your YouTube link. Matter of fact, any one of your socials as well that you have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that you want, that you would like other people to see. But send me a message with those so I can when I go do the description, I'll be able to put them in there.
Yeah, sure. I go and put the YouTube on there since I was on there right now, but Maybe I'll put like my Twitter on there, and for the Discord, I'll probably just put like who is it, like Derek's Discord on there, because that's where I'm mostly on.
Okay, I got you. Either
Yeah,
I mean
the
either
Nicktoons
or.
Discord.
Either or, Sam.
Sure thing. That'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you very much. Today was a lot of fun.
No problem, man. Appreciate you coming in. Let's see here.
As I say, I think this year I was trying doing like more like videos talking about like content and stuff.
Mm.
So in the future, maybe you and I could do a video together. That'd be pretty cool.
Hey, man, all you have to do is message me. Let me know. Let me know in advance. Most of the time, I'll probably be down, especially in the evenings, to get it in, bro.
That'd be cool. I think we kind of do maybe like a follow up to your Good Burger 2 review. Kind of talk about this Nick show that the directors of that film also made called Warped.
Okay. Okay.
That'd be cool idea.
Yeah, just you for
crazy.
sure. You for sure have to let me know, and then and in any movie that you want me to do a review on, you have to let me know in advance so I can actually watch it. So
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Just let me know.
I sure let you know. I think everything pretty good.
Okay. All right, I'm about to play this. I'm about to play this outro and end this out.
Okay. You have a good night, Jay.
You too, bro.
Thank you very much. It's a lot of fun for sure. Here we go.
So special.
That's our bro. Cool stuff, man.